serious were you about withdrawing?
Well, I did. I mean, I did withdraw. I just didn't happen to. They gave me. Someone phoned me up Monday and said, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And I'd had the weekend to think about it, and I didn't really want to, but I didn't really want to carry on suffering, if you know what I mean. So, you know, but I've always took steps to address it. You know, I know I've moaned a lot over the years, and people think I'm making it up, but I haven't. It's been difficult, but I've always loved the game. You know, I've always knew I loved the game and wanted to play, but just found it difficult sometimes. Well, a lot of the times. So, and I've always took steps. I've employed new coaches, sports psychologists, just to try and keep the motivation to play there. So I hope one day it might click. You know, and like this is the last throw of the dice as far as I'm concerned. So, you know, there's been a bit of a shift in the last week or so. Doesn't mean I'm going to go on and win this tournament or the next tournaments, but, you know, if I can get back to wanting to play again, then and enjoying being out there, that's the most important thing for me, you know, because I have nothing to really prove. But just, you know, I'm a snooker player. I've done this ever since I was 7. I'd like to play it as long as I can, really. That's the truth. But sometimes it's, you know, it's not that easy.
When you walked out yesterday, you got a fantastic reception, as you always did. Do you still get that buzz when you walk out into a crowd like that at a venue like this?
Well, I enjoyed that match as much as any match I've enjoyed since my first appearance at the Crucible. I don't know if this is my 20th year here. You know, a lot of the time, you know, so you know, to me that was quite a nice feeling to think I've been coming here 20 years, won it 3 times, been in a lot of big matches, but you know, I've come off thinking I'm relieved the tournament had ended. Whereas out there, I didn't want it to end. I wanted to stay out there. I wanted to play. I was a bit disappointed that the match finishes in as easy a way as it did. In a way, I wish it would have been a few more frames out there for me. And I've never felt like that before. You know, I've always, even when I'm like 17-4 up, I even had doubt, or 16-4 up against Stephen Hendry and someone, or anybody. I had doubts that I was able to get over the line. You know, because my game just never felt good enough. And so, you know. And so they were never really fulfilling because I felt like I just fell over the line. You know, I wasn't taking it in, if you know what I mean. It was just desperation, a lot of stuff.
So whatever you're doing is working by the sound of it.
Well, listen, it's a start. You know, it's a final throw of the dice for me. And if a week, 2 weeks, 10 weeks, or 2 years, or 3 years, or wherever long, I decide that, you know, I'll go back to how it has been, then it's the over. But as far as I'm concerned, it's the last throw of the dice. I've got, you know, and like I said, you know, I felt like I enjoyed that game out there, and if I can enjoy it, you know, and in my heart, in my mind, it's like it seems too good to be true that it can sustain it. But you know, I won't give up. You know, quitting was never about giving up. Quitting was about I've had enough. You know, but because I tried hard enough for a long time, so I never see it as I'm copping out. I just felt like, you know what, I'd got more out of it than I'd expected. If someone told me at 17 that I'd have felt how I did for 17, 18 years, I wouldn't have played. I'd have just gone here. Do something else, but I'm a fighter, and and I didn't want to give in, and I just kept battling and battling and battling. But you know what? When you love something so much, and you know, it's not about winning. Sometimes it's just about the doing of it, you know, and that's got to be important. You know, for me it is anyway.
So now you've got a bit of a taste of it again here. You're into the last 16. You've got Shaun Murphy next. How do you feel about that prospect?
I never worry about anyone I play. You know, I don't care who I play. I've never seen there's not yet been a person to play snooker that I think I can't beat them. So, you know, I don't care who they are. I look forward to playing each match now, hopefully. And if I get beat, I get beat. But if I win, great. If I lose, I'll be back. And I'll be back, and I'll keep trying, and I'll keep trying, I'll keep trying. And if I can take that feeling out there that I had out there for the next 5-10 years, then I can win more world titles. Might not be this year, but it could be next year, it could be the year after, it could be the year after. And you know, so, you know, I'm here to play.
If you do win a 4th this year, you'll have done it the hard way, because it is a tough draw on paper. Murphy, possibly Higgins in the quarters.
I love it. I love it. Listen, you know what I mean, there's no one who I wouldn't back myself against. I haven't yet seen a player coming through or about. Hendry in his prime, yeah, and John Higgins for periods has been, you know, real, you know, I've had to play well to win, you know. But other than them two, there's no one that I can honestly say that makes me think, don't miss, you might not get another chance. Great players, good players, but you know, I still feel that 35, I've yet to produce my best, really, consistent wise. I've done it in spells, but if I'm able to enjoy playing again, then you know, I can compete with these guys. That's all I want to do, is compete. All I want to do is go out there and feel like, I'm having a game with someone and not, just want to feel like I'm out there having a go.